Returning to my Coin Lady channel, I am pleased to see you again. Listen up, folks, XRP is about to rock the world. Gary Gensler has issued a statement. The Ripple SEC lawsuit has some insane changes, and there's a lot more to cover in today's video. Additionally, there are a plethora of intriguing economic trends on the horizon that will undoubtedly have an impact on the cryptocurrency markets and warrant discussion. This is the housing affordability, and I'd want to start by reading it to you. You may be asking how this is relevant to XRP or cryptocurrencies at this point. And the reason for that is really rather straightforward. If you look at the market liquidity, you can see how much money people have to spend. When people have a lot of disposable income, it's crucial to predict the future of Bitcoin. When that happens, cryptocurrency really shines. Things are shifting in the housing affordability market, which is currently at an unusual juncture that suggests a correction could be on the horizon in the near future, followed by a massive surge. Because of its significance, let us now discuss this. The current median monthly mortgage payment to gross income ratio of 30% is very close to the all-time high of 85%, which occurred in 1985 when interest rates were skyrocketing and people were paying ridiculously large amounts for their mortgages. Because the government had such huge deficits during that time, they were literally over 10%. When mortgage payments are significantly greater than the median income, many borrowers find themselves unable to keep up with their payments and eventually default on their loans. They certainly won't be purchasing cryptocurrency if they can't afford to pay their mortgage and basic living expenses. Looking at this graph also reveals that we are currently at a similar juncture. Our true spike is visible to you. This is 1985, when the going rate for mortgages was through the roof. Completely failed to make sense. However, as you can see, things are not looking good either. The market starts to seem slightly more bearish until we break out of this 50% zone. There was a huge fall in 2007 and 2008, when we had that huge financial crisis, naturally, with all the banks and those mortgages. You can see it here. But we're currently above that, so it's clear that the typical American is really having a tough time. This bodes poorly for the world's leading economy. As a positive side note, we can see that people's incomes have increased significantly since then. Indeed, things are not looking good from an overarching perspective, but we will soon enter a more optimistic phase. First, whatever the case may be, it is clear that Bitcoin, along with other cryptocurrencies and XRP, is one of the world's most valuable monetary assets. At $1.19 trillion, Bitcoin is currently ranked number 6. Quite a substantial amount, I must say. Lots of people think that Bitcoin will overtake the US dollar as the largest currency someday. I, for one, am patiently waiting for that day to arrive, considering that the US dollar is worth $5.8 trillion and gold is worth $14.8 trillion. Be that as it may, there is news on the SEC lawsuit, alright? For a long time, the SEC fought Ripple on every front, claiming that XRP is a security. Now, they've finally admitted in legal documents that XRP is not a security, but they're still going to challenge the fee that Ripple is supposed to pay the SEC. This fine will need further payment from you. This $1 billion is due right now. It goes without saying that $1 billion is a substantial amount of money. It's safe to say that none of us here watching the movie will ever see that kind of money in our lives. And thus, yes, it is outrageous. Having stated that, however, that's an enormous victory, and it must not be underestimated. At long last, it seems like the SEC is finally stopping abusing the law and starting to respect it. This is absolutely important for our victory here, even though who knows what will happen later on. If the SEC continues to concede defeat on these points, they may appear minor, but they are actually quite significant. Assuming XRP is not a security, the SEC would lack the authority to legislate or pursue XRP because, as the Securities and Exchange Commission, they are not digital assets or commodities, are they? Since they are the SEC, their case would be completely debunked if XRP was not considered a security. Along with this, in fact, it paves the way for something much better. I'll let you in on it. and a countersuit that Ripple has filed against the SEC to seek damages compensation will be massive. Roll-up might get hundreds of millions of dollars back, which would be great for expanding their business. I believe this will be quite significant for XRP overall if we can achieve that simultaneously with, of course, clear regulations and new partnerships. Will all of this, regrettably, come to light before year's end, in my opinion? I highly doubt it given the current trajectory. Fighting continues between the SEC. The bull run will still occur in 2025, though, won't it? At the 2025 bull run peak, I expect the SEC and Ripple to have resolved this issue. Naturally, this implies that 2025 will still witness some pretty large price action. Again, though, that doesn't rule out the possibility of some imminent short-term discomfort, does it? Let me bring up the 2021 bull run, when cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin experienced a precipitous 50% decline in value. I'll get into that more shortly, but for now I'd like to highlight the fact that XRP is currently involved in some very significant partnerships. That being said, that is still a possibility with XRP, Bitcoin, and other cryptocurrencies. Several banks are using Ripple's technology to facilitate real-time cross-border settlements, including ATB, the ninth largest bank in Canada with more than $43 billion in assets. Not only that, but RBC briefly used XRP technology, and CIBC did the same in Canada. Even while I'm still unsure if CIBC and RBC are using these services, a major Canadian financial institution, ATB, is. That is why we will not divert our attention. All of our energy and attention should go into forming and strengthening these alliances. We can't reach those higher levels without that. My video would not have been seen without you. Thank you for watching my channel and for subscribing. I will see you later.